Good morning, guys. My name is Tommy and welcome to the channel. And this is the end of the season. We are just about to finish our first season with Derby on Football Manager. And things are looking a little bit tasty. Let's just have a look. So, since you've last seen us, we was in 3rd or 4th place. We are going into the final game of the season in 2nd place. And things could go either way on this last game of the season. If I just have a look at today's fixtures, you can see that I'm 2nd and I am 2 points behind the 1st place in Ipswich. But I'm also 2 points ahead of 3rd place in Plymouth. Now, Plymouth are away to Port Vale. And Port Vale are quite far down the table. And Ipswich are away to Fleetwood, who are, where are they? 9th in the table. So, all I have to do is win, essentially. If I win, I'm guaranteed to get promoted because I'll either get 1st place or 2nd place. If I draw, then Plymouth have to win, and they have to win by more than 6 goals to match my goal difference. So I have to either win or draw, essentially. If I lose, though, then Plymouth have to win. And if they win, then I go into a playoff battle, which I really don't want to do. I'm away to Sheffield Wednesday. So where are Sheffield Wednesday in the league? Sheffield Wednesday are down in 17th. So I don't want to jinx it, but my fixture doesn't look too bad, but it is away from home. I've had a bit of a team talk with the guys to say that, I want you to go out and win it. I'm just praying for a win or a draw. Looking at the last run of fixtures in reverse order so that my head isn't in the way, you can see that we have won every single one of the last 6 games, which has been massive in our promotion aspirations. And you might be able to see James Collins' name popping up a few times. He's actually feels like he's turned a corner. He's done all right, He's got a 7.3, a 7.2, an 8.1, an 8.5, all in his last 1, 2, 3, 4, in his last 8 games. He has helped us with goals, important goals, in the last couple of games. So we are in a bit of a situation where hopefully we can get promoted. Let me know what you'd like me to do, though, if we do get promoted. Do we leave it there and move on to a different team, start a new save, maybe do a whole kind of like lower league up to the Premiership, or do I go for a bigger team? Or is there some kind of challenge that you want me to try and do? Let me know in the comment section. I'd really appreciate it. But I'm going to skip ahead now to the pre-match screen for our final game against Sheffield Wednesday. So this is the final starting 11 for our game against Sheffield Wednesday, and this is the team that I've decided to go for. Now, I've put James Collins up front, and I know what you're going to say. You've been slagging him off all season, but he has looked like he's turned a corner. He is our leading goal scorer with 22 goals. I feel like he deserves that final chance, and we've got Lazatic on the bench to come on if he needs to. Behind Collins, we're going to play Dobbin, Iliev and Siblet, with Horahan and Jason Knight holding it in midfield. And we're going to go with a back 4 of Roberts, Cashin, Bielik and Lewis. As for injuries and stuff like that, the only real injury that we've got is Stearman, and Agatisi is lacking a bit of fitness because he's just coming out of injury. I don't really see anyone else that's not been picked or not on the bench that I'd really want to include in my starting 11. I'm quite happy with the people that I've got, so I am ready to just jump straight into it and let's see what happens. So this is it. We are on the way. We are in our away colours of the maroon colour, and we have a highlight here for Sheffield Wednesday. It's a corner to them, and it is kicked out, but Windass picks it back up. On the left-hand side, don't do this to me. I can't lose. I can't face a playoff I can't face a playoff fight. But that's the end of the highlight. We're 10 minutes in. We've had no shots, but we have had the most possession at the minute. We're 62%, which isn't too bad. Going to give the team an encouragement shout. Hopefully that will pick them up. And Plymouth are ahead, which means as it stands, they are in second. And I move into third. I don't really want this to happen. Oh, actually, would it? No, because I'm still a point ahead. I'm still getting a point from this. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to the league table. No, I'm right. We are level on points, but the goal difference keeps us ahead. So, okay, I'm happy with that. Sorry, guys. I was mistaken there. Come on, do something for me. As long as Sheffield Wednesday don't go in front, then this is okay. This is okay. They've had a lot of the momentum, though. Did you see that? We're at half-time. We're not really getting into the game at all. Let's have a look at some of the... Our shooting's not been good enough. Okay. Now let's just have a look at some of our ratings so far. James Collins. Do I stick with him? He's on a 6.4. I don't think he deserves it. We need something. I'm going to put Lazatic on. And Louis Sibley, 6.5. I'm going to stick with Louis Sibley. I'm just going to make the one change. Lazatic comes on for James Collins. Let's see what they've got. Let's do it. So they've made a change at half-time as well. Okay, now it's a Derby highlight. It's Cashin, cross to Bielik. Playing that patient passing game that they've been playing all season. Dobbin picks out Lazatic. Now, what has Lazatic got? He passes it to Sibley. Oh, Sibley misses. Sibley misses. Sibley's gone down to a 6.2 now. Maybe it is time to bring Sibley off. Cash in. Great save. Great save. Okay, it's another corner. And this time it's Horahan. It's been Horahan every time. I don't know why I said this time. But it's kicked out and Jason Knight picks it up. And that's the end of the highlight. It's 2-0 to Plymouth now. Okay, we're still 4 points ahead on goal difference. And I think it might be time to make that change. Let's bring Louis Sibley off. Okay, so 65 minutes in. Louis Sibley, has he changed? Yes, he has. He's just come, Mendes Lang has just come on for him. I just saw he was on a 6.0, which is a little bit worrying. We do have a highlight, though, and it looks to be a Sheffield Wednesday highlight. Bielik clears it up, passes it over to Rico Lewis, who tries to find Lazatic but can't. Please don't score now. Please don't score. Let's just get ahead. I really don't want to be conceding here. 74 minutes. Hayden Roberts with the ball to Iliev. Tries to find Lazatic again. Lazatic picks it up. Across to Mendes Lang. What can he do? He finds Iliev. Iliev scuffs it. He just passes it straight to the goalkeeper. Right, okay. Do we need to make any other changes? They've had all the momentum. I've got some players looking a little bit tired. I think maybe Lewis Dobbin needs to come off and bring on Barquezem. And I feel like I need to kind of fire them up and get them going. If not, the alternative is to start slowing the game down and start to do a bit of time wasting for the last 10 minutes. I am going to fire them up. Hayden Roberts with a throw straight to the Sheffield Wednesday defender. Windass picks it up. But Cashin tidies it up nicely. Rico Lewis back to Bielik, who tries to find Mendes Lang. He does find him. Mendes Lang can't find the striker in the centre of the penalty area, though. And it's Sheffield Wednesday with the ball again. Passes it over to Hayden Roberts, who picks it up on the left-hand side. He's got a bit of space now. What can he do? Nothing. He's finding the Sheffield Wednesday defender again. That's happened quite a lot. Barquezem, though. Can Lazatic? And Lazatic gets his 7th of the season. That is enough to get promoted. I wonder what that does to whether we are moving into first place or not. Let's just get our stuff together. We don't need to see this. Let's just see the latest scores. What are Ipswich doing? Where are Ipswich? Ipswich are drawing. So what does that do? Because now we should be moving up to 91. I don't think the league table is updated just yet, but I think that puts us on 91 points. Oh. Right, I need to slow the game. Oh, I was going to slow the game down. Hourihan to cash in, hits the bar. Let's get the time wasting up, slow the game down, shorter passes, and let's see this game out. Come on, guys. That does put us first. That does put us first. Have we done it? Yes. League One champions. That was a little bit sketchy. After Christmas, when we moved into January, and I was like 3rd or 4th, I think at one point we was even 5th in the league. To then come back and turn it around and finish 1st on the last day. That is some achievement. That is some achievement. I love that. And looking at the emails, the board have set us a transfer budget for next season of £6.27 million, which is a huge amount of money compared to the 0 that we had when I took over at the club. I'm wondering whether I should stay with them and try and get them into the Premiership using 6 million, or whether I should call it a day and say I got them back into the Championship. My work is done here. Like I said in the comment section, let me know what you think I should do. But I'm going to go on to the post-season review, and let's have a look at how the season's been summarised. So we're here at the end of season review. Let's have a look at this next screen. So the new arrivals. So we had quite a few people coming in. Now some of these weren't my signing, so I didn't sign Hourihan or Wildsmith or Barquisen or Corey Smith or James Collins or McGoldrick, but I did sign Iliev. Now he's got 4 goals and 1 assist in 14 games or 11 starts, which I think is great. He got an average rating of 7.24, and Inter Milan should be really pleased with what he's done. He really changed the dynamic of the team once he joined. He's great on free kicks, he's great at crossing, he looked dangerous, and he just helps the overall conversion of the team, which was great. Lazatic is another one. 7 goals, no assists in 12 games, 9 starts. I think he really helped with those games where we were struggling to convert. There was a few times where he come on and he looked more dangerous. It would have been nice to see him get an assist and stuff like that and have a contribution towards creating goals, but you know, he got 7 goals in 9 starts. I can't really ask for much more than that. But I wonder also whether it gave James Collins a little bit of a kick up the backside as well, because James Collins seemed to turn it around. When he had a bit of a rest, I could afford him some time on the bench. And I don't know whether FM23 is that intricate, but I don't know. I just wonder whether James Collins had a bit of a shock to the system when I brought in another striker to compete with him. Conor Hourihan wasn't my signing, but 12 assists and 4 goals in 39 games, an average rating of 7.03, I should say. Fantastic. And another one, Lewis Dobbin. I'm going to miss Lewis Dobbin when his loan finishes. 16 goals, 7 assists in 51 games, an average rating of 6.9. They've got a really good player there, Everton, and I wish I had the finances to make that deal a permanent one. Some of the other ones, Rico Lewis didn't do too bad. 3 assists in 11 appearances, a little bit low on the average rating, but again, it freed up Jason Knight to go into those midfield roles if I needed him to. And that's exactly what I needed. James Collins, though, 22 goals and no assists in 36 starts and 48 games overall. An average rating of 6.81, which makes it feel like he performed better. I feel like I'm being a bit harsh, but there were literally some games where he was scoring 6.1, 6.2, 6.3. And it was just like, come on, what are you doing? So for him to get an average rating of 6.81, it feels like he was the kind of player this season, a bit like Lukaku at Chelsea, a couple of maybe 6 or 7 years ago, where he'd do nothing, and then all of a sudden he'd get a hat trick, and then he'd do nothing again. So those 8 and 9 rated games really helped pull up that average rating, I think. I'm not sure whether he'll still be there next season, especially not as a first choice striker. I know you're thinking 22 goals, Tommy, what are you doing? He scored 22 goals. I just don't think he's as consistent as what I'd like him to be. So if I can find someone that can bag the same amount of goals and be a starter, and James Collins can come off the bench and be an impact sub, then that's fantastic. I don't know if you can see this, whether my head is covering it, but my board confidence is B-. The supporters are very happy that the team managed to win the Sky Bet League 1 this year. I won it. They're promoted. They're in the championship in the first season of me at the reins. What gets me an A? Would it have been a longer run in the FA Cup and the Carabao and the Papa Johns? Now, to be fair, I did flop a little bit. We got knocked out by Man United in the, I think it was the 3rd round. Knocked out by Man United. We did get battered. Carabao Cup, we got knocked out in the 1st round by Blackburn. Hold my hands up with that. But Papa John's, we got through to the quarter-final. I got knocked out by Arsenal under-21s. Oh, actually, this rating changes. So actually, that B- was just for Sky Bet League 1. What gets me an A? What gets me an A there? That's really unfair, I think. B- for the FA Cup, a C for the Carabao, which is fine, and a C for the Papa Johns. Quarter-final, I think, is all right. Biggest win of the season was 6-2 away to Plymouth, and that was Lazatic and Iliev's very first game after they signed for us. And Lazatic got 2, Iliev got 1, and Dobbin, Davis and Horahan came in and supplemented their goals as well. Match to remember was 4-0 against Burton. Did we cover that? Was that one of the videos that we made for YouTube? It might have been, but Lazatic got another 2 and Iliev got another goal there. And goal of the season is, was it Barquazen? Yeah, it was Barquazen. A truly memorable goal. Can we see it? Can we see it? Where's Barquazen's goal? Hopefully we'll be able to see it. I think I remember this. Horahan, Barquazen, boom. First touch, doesn't even control it. From about 30 yards out, loved it. So that was goal of the season. And looking at my record of achievement, Tommy on the Spot was hired as Derby's new manager. Record Sky Bet League 1 points haul with 88 points. And it's a Derby record as well. And we then get promoted. Derby are the Sky Bet League 1 winners. So that is it. That is the end of a season. I'm really impressed with that. I think we've done a great job. But let me know, do you want me to carry on and see how we do in the championship? Or do we move on now and try with a different team? A whole new challenge. Let me know, and thank you very much for watching. And thanks for watching the series. Thanks for getting involved in the comments. There's been a few of you that have regularly left some comments. And I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then make sure you like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you all again very soon. Take care, guys.